Because you know what as well, because I think we was talking about like just obstacles that we faced when we first got into the like for us the construction game, and just like kind of no just construct, but just like transferring from the roles to like a legal like the legal world where you're dealing with different people and obviously different cultures and that. And obviously we did kind of face some adversity with different cultures. But you know what I wanted to say as well, like obviously predominantly it has been positive. Do you understand what I mean? Like
yeah, like I've met people that are really good on all both sides. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like people that have given me opportunities, man that's taken time, man that's dealt with me properly. Then you come across the negative, but it's funny because the negative almost sometimes can weigh out the positive, innit? Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like we focus more on the negative, and we don't give enough
yeah,
respect to the positive, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean
You
still.
know, because what I try to be mindful is not, especially as a culture, is isolating ourselves from the good in other cultures, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense because I tell you the truth, yeah, I think yeah, because it's like you can't when you start to if you stereotype people, then you can be preventing yourself from making good connections with people. So
Yeah,
if you kind of
yeah,
just have everyone under one bracket, like
right,
one, and just
exactly. Yeah,
treat all them like that, then you will stop yourself from. You might make someone who could become a good friend or a good
yeah,
business associate or whatever. But at the same time, the negative. The reason why I think it's hard not to focus on the negative more than the positive, because especially in like, for example, our experiences, the
yeah,
negative can be more detrimental. Do you understand what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. No, definitely, 100%. Because
Because
the negative is stopping your own. If something that's directly doesn't want you to succeed and blocking it and making it difficult, then it's gonna. You understand what I'm saying to you?
well, that's what it is. Because really, like, okay, for the negative, that can affect your livelihood. That can, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
because what you look like, or because you know what I mean? Just because of your color,
But
the color of your skin, or
I
where you're
think
from.
that is the most, annoying thing about it. Because sometimes, especially for like me, I'm more isolated where I am. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah,
Like, I stand out for miles. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm in the rural parts. But yeah, just thinking raw. Like sometimes when you're around people, you think you get treated. You're thinking, wow, it's funny, man. It's just for the color of your skin. You understand what I'm saying to you?
yeah, that's what
You're
it is.
more aware that you're different. You understand what I'm saying to
Yeah,
you? You
yeah. That's what
know?
it is, bro. It's like, yeah, I know what you mean, bro. Because obviously I've spent time out of London as well, and it is you are more aware of your. Like, it might sound silly to say, but your blackness, because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
little time after when I'm out of London, I'm around people. It's like every conversation, so like someone starts talking to you, then your color will just come into play. So it's like, okay, well, like makes you more aware. And even like being in construction down here, because remember a lot of the people that you're coming into contact with are people that are not from. Because remember a lot of like, let's say for example English people, a lot of them have moved out of London, so they come into London for work. So it's the same kind of thing.
mm,
It's only like when you meet English people that still live in London, the colour thing doesn't really come to play that much. Do you
mm.
understand what I mean? But it's when you're meeting English people from I say beyond the M25, then colour always you can see when someone starts a conversation with you, they're itching for it to go a certain way. Do you
Yeah,
understand what I mean?
yeah. I get that a lot. People all of a sudden, like, you're just having a normal conversation, do your job. The next minute, oh, like your color comes out. Like people are saying, oh, how do you find people treat you around there? Because I'm thinking, well, to be fair, I don't really pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But then now you're making me aware that it's quite a big thing. Do
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that,
well, exactly.
you know, so I noticed that, and it's funny. Like you said, people won't say nothing for a while. You think there's a normal conversation. Next minute, they'll start moaning about the state of London. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
who runs London and stuff like that. But then, but it's people got some real. It's funny because people outside of London have got really a negative view, and they've been sold a misconception that isn't actually true. Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny to believe that how people. It's almost like how people lie and how people make up these negative stuff, and other people believe it without knowing it themselves. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Mhm.
You know, and yeah, and it's just deep. Like for instance, what you was going to talk about in a while was it the remigration?
Yeah. There's a remark
It's how
apparently.
they target people that are not actually in multicultural. It's people that don't have have any form of dealing with, or some of them ain't even met black. Because sometimes I meet people and it's like they've never seen or even been around a black person this close or spoke. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Well, you know what it is? It's like what it is. It's like the people that complain about things the most are the people that don't even live in multicultural areas. You
Yeah,
understand what I mean? That's what you find a lot, bruv.
yeah.
And like you said, they're fed a narrative that they buy into. Do you understand what I mean?
They're
So,
spreading narrative that we're spreading like germs all over the place. That's what they're thinking about. You
well,
know?
that's what. And even like, for example, you hear about things tax. Oh God. One sec, bro. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So we're like, so for example, even with tax money, like with our taxpayers' money.
Mm. Like it got what was it? What was I reading the other day where it goes on to go it goes to immigrants and stuff like that, and it's a big problem. But what's wrong with our like half the time we're not even aware of where our tax money's going to. Do you understand what I mean? So what is the big deal if your money's helping someone that needs it? What's the problem? Do you understand what I
Mm,
mean?
mm, mm.
So I understand that like I understand for example when they complain about migrants that are coming or immigrants that are coming over here and they're committing crimes and they're doing this and doing that and
Yeah,
like the ones who are coming over and they're not adding to society. Do you understand what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're coming over and you're not willing to work and you want to have 10 kids and live off the government, then obviously that's long. You understand what I mean? But there's people that are coming over here that are adding side that are willing to work. That are this. You understand what I mean? So
Mm,
it's but it's like yeah. So and it's like people always want someone to blame as well, bruv, innit? Do you know?
mm.
And also it's like when
It,
people
you know, it's almost not just certain, but it's not that people want someone to blame. It's that they've been fed that food. That's why you've been getting all your problems. Someone, you know, at the top saying this is why. Someone's like working on their weaknesses or their suffering. Saying, you're suffering because of him. There, you understand what I'm saying to you?
yeah.
And that's what they've been fed into. But go on, Karen.
No, you're right, exactly. And like you said, because there's two things. Well, yeah, someone always wants someone to blame for their situation,
Mm,
and also, like, it's gonna sound harsh, but it's the truth. It's like when, like, being a particular color doesn't like when in the past it's like being a particular color was favorable. Like you saw the benefits of being a particular race. Do you understand what I mean? Where
mm,
where that superiority is gone, like you don't feel like you're seeing a lot of people that are different races from you and different doing better than you, then that you're resentful. So really it's like you're a spoiled kid. Do you understand what I mean?
mm.
Do you get what I'm getting at? So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, yeah.
you want to
So,
be you.
so basically, what it's like the generation before the old British Empire. They was like you got for instance like the old school man that was working class that grafted, made all the money, but then he made the money, but he gave his son an easier life, posh school. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it's
Mm.
like the British Empire, they was the one who went and grafted and made a big mark in the world and set up economies there and you know you know um you know got different minerals from here and built the economy in it. But then the next generation wasn't used to that work ethic, so they just lived off it, fed off it. But then the man them that are coming from the work class fed that are hungry and got the backbone, they kind of got the hunger that the generation ain't got. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, that. But also, what you got to remember as well, yeah, because this is what people forget. All right, so in mind, yeah, you've always got like the elite, the higher class, and you've always got
Mm.
working class. So when you think about the British Empire and that, yeah, remember that's you're talking about the elite. You're not talking about the working class
But
people. Because
this is
you still have the sufferers and that,
yeah.
you know, but the elite, so the elite are still the
But
elite, bro. But
it's
it's
like
like,
it's
but
almost like the working class and the elite are two different bloodlines. Because remember, they know
no,
the history. You understand what I'm
no,
saying to you?
where is the working class are led to believe that their history is the elite. Do you understand what I mean? Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So they're
But this is
thinking,
but so this is what a man said to me as well. A man said to a man that come from the West Indies, but he was from I say affluent part of the West Indies. But when he was moving over here, he was told, don't live amongst the working class British because they don't understand the history and the economics of the country, so they will be resentful and be nasty to live around. You understand what I'm saying to you?
and that's exactly what it is, bro.
The
Because
middle class and everyone else, they understand how it goes. They understand British road. They understand what is still going on today, and they appreciate because they probably know people at the top that's still eating from these countries and running things in these countries. You
all
understand what I'm
right,
saying to you?
bro, and that's exactly what it is, bro. So you got to understand. That's why you never see middle class people or elite people complaining about this situation.
Or yeah, or outrageously racist. They might be stereotyping or
Because they
people,
know
but they're not outrageously racist. You understand what I'm saying to you?
it don't mean nothing, but also they understand how this country works and
Yeah,
what this country was built on, and they understand was this country ain't successful by itself. It's always had the need of other countries and that's why they had the British Empire. Do you understand what I mean?
yeah.
So it's the second class people that don't understand that, bro. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm,
They don't understand that things don't happen by accident. So
mm,
if people are coming over here, that means it's necessary for these people to be here.
mm,
Do you understand what I mean?
mm.
Like they're not gonna let them. Please believe, if they wasn't needed, they wouldn't be. Or
Yeah,
we wouldn't be here
yeah.
if we wasn't needed.
There's a reason why even like all the refugees from these war-torn countries, there's a reason. But also they take people out of these countries, but they still got companies there that are getting the natural resources in these countries, i.e. the Middle East, i.e.
And,
African continent, i.e. West. You understand what I'm saying to you?
and also, what you got to bear in mind as well. So, also for them, the reason why they add fire to the flame, yeah, is because it's necessary for them for the working class to be divided. Do you
100%.
understand?
So how
So,
you, that's how you that's how they stayed on top because if everyone works together and everyone, man, will work a plan. You understand what I'm saying?
hey, bro, do you
You know?
understand? But that's where it is. That and that, but it's like it's just like people ain't got common sense, bro. Like that's that. Yeah, it's just that simple, bro. Like people just ain't got
But
common sense because
and
people.
the elite have been doing it for too long. They know their blueprint. They know what they're doing. It's not Mickey Mouse business. They know, you know, this is major world companies and people that run the world. You don't get to a certain position without a certain amount of intelligence, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
strategy. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, bro. So this remigration thing's funny, bro, because like, and that's what I'm saying. It's going from one thing to another. Because what when they say remigration, they're talking about so it's the people that have been made citizens being their citizenship taken away and they're sent back to their country of origin. Do you understand you understand what I'm saying? Like,
So yeah, but would that affect second generation and third generation and stuff like that?
well, where does it stop, bruv?
But then, to be fair, if it was to get, if this country got to the stage where people got in power that didn't want us here, then there's a good. Would you go back? You understand what I'm saying to you? You know,
Yeah, well, bruv, I'm I'm open minded to living anywhere, bro. Innit? Like, because you're not really seeing the benefit. Obviously, this we was born here, innit? So
yeah,
as
yeah,
much as
yeah.
I say you're not really seeing the benefits of living in this country no more. I just all I know,
But
but at the same
this,
time,
but this is, you know, when we say that as well. Like when we look, if you look, for instance, what if we say for instance, a lot of the European countries, they build their say things that are getting taken out of Africa, Middle East, and whatever. Are we in a position? Are we hypocrite? Because all of us and our kids and our families, we also seeing the results of what they've done. If that makes sense, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're living, we get the benefits of the hospitals, the government, the certain things of the sacrifice of our ancestors and you know a lot of the people that had to got sacrificed around the world. We're also here reaping of the benefits. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Bro, can I be honest? That's why. Okay, and that's you know what that is as well. That's why you see what like every action has a reaction in it, and people don't understand. Yeah, everything you do today affects tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, and everything that I've done in the past affects today. So
yeah,
when all let's say Europe went to Africa and they dismantled Africa, this like for the resources and messed up their financial structure and all that, and made people be living in extreme poverty and that. That's how people ended up here. Do you understand what I mean? So that's why everyone. So we're not hypocrites because our grandparents came here because Jamaica was colonized. Do you understand what I mean? So they
yeah,
come here
yeah,
because they were because Jamaica's they like let's say that, and I don't even want to go too much into it, because the British Empire, what they done to Jamaica, Jamaica's come here looking for money, and that's the
yeah.
same thing.
But
They
we,
come
we
here.
we also came here because of after the war, innit? They called us over to help build back the economy, the infrastructures, the roads, you know, because they lost a lot and a lot was lost in the war. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Exactly, but the reason why we wouldn't have come unless it's for like if Jamaica was sweet and there was
Yeah,
money
yeah,
running in the car, that
yeah,
they
yeah,
would
yeah,
need to come. So they come
yeah, yeah,
for financial reasons. And same why a lot of people from the continent come and all these different countries come here because their country is because Europe has dismantled their country, so they come here looking for a better life. So that's the reality of it. So it's because of what happened years ago with Europe and Britain, especially had a hand in doing to these countries and their economy. Why they're
yeah.
here now?
Yeah, yeah,
So
and also a lot of this was built from stuff in their countries that they can't reap the benefits of, but it's you can reap it here. You understand what I'm saying to you?
exactly. That's why people, but people. That's why people have to use their common sense,
Mm,
bro. Do you understand what I
mm,
mean? But
mm,
people are ignorant, bro. But the relevant is so, and people hold on to things that are not really that important. Like
mm.
what you get like what they say. You evolve or you become extinct.
Yeah.
Like so, things were like okay. So everything changes in life. So like something might have been a certain way 50 years ago, but then it was different to that 100 years before that. So
Mm,
things are always changing.
mm,
People want to hold like
mm,
nostalgia. People want to hold
mm,
on to the
mm,
past. How London
mm,
looks today is not how it looked 50 years ago, and it's going to look
mm,
even different in 50 years' time. That's life. Life moves on. Life
mm,
changes. You understand what I mean?
mm.
But people want to hold on to these things. And don't get me wrong, I understand when people complain about like people like coming and having a negative influence on the country. I get that. And that's why for me as well, for our culture, I feel like our culture, we need to be thinking more positively and having more positive impacts on our culture now.
Yeah,
And a
yeah, yeah,
positive
yeah. And a positive representative of our culture. Do you know what I'm saying?
exactly because like our culture it is like because when you see all these things about remigration, all that, what that makes me see is that okay, whatever they're on something different anyway, but we do need to focus on our culture because there are elements of our culture that are deteriorating. Do you understand what I
Mm,
mean? There's elements of our culture that do need to be eradicated. Do you get what I mean?
100%.
Do you understand what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
even like
yeah.
so and as well, it's like even for example, I see something the other day where, and this is a big thing, and I don't think people understand how serious it is. So I saw a thing the other day on the news where there was I think there was four boys in is it West London or East London or North London,
Mm,
but basically four of them, I think one of them was a rapper. They killed another. I think it was all in the early 20s. They killed someone, another black youth, and they got caught, and obviously condolences to the young boy that died.
mm,
And four of them got between they got life sentences, between 35 years, bro, and 38 years.
All four of
Yeah,
them.
each one of them. Yeah, all four. Now, bro, see when I look at that. So that say the four of them got that them sentences. One you died, bro. That's four. That's five family trees, bro. Do you understand what I mean? Down the drain, bro. And
Mm.
that's what's happening to our culture, bruv. Do you understand what I mean?
Is that, and
We
even, that's a big loss, man. That's just five, just like that, innit?
that's five family
And
trees gone.
what did they say? What the incident was over? Was it?
Bro, I don't even know the backstory to it. I think there's, and apparently it's at some party or some kid. I don't know if it's a kid's party, bro. But it's these things need to be eradicated from our culture, bro. Obviously, because passed away, but it's like then you got he's gone, so you don't know if it's. I don't know if he had kids, how much kids he could have had, and grandkids, and all that. So these things, and that's kind of this has been embedded in our culture, and that's what they